I know I said this before, but Powers Pleasant is like my real like birth name. It definitely was like a little chip on my shoulder, but like it just felt like pressure. Like I couldn't be working at McDonald's. Like I had to do something like with a name like that. The social currency of like I met someone named Powers today, whether it's like at a coffee shop or in school, is kind of unbelievable. So like I feel like there was a little bit of clout around the name, which I didn't even like care for. But like, hey. I played drums my whole life, but I want to say when I was younger, my mom used to play music around the house. I started to notice like all my favorite songs, like from all these artists. I didn't know what a producer was at the time. I just knew like, rappers and singers. And like, I don't remember exactly when, but I started to do more research and I realized the one constant between all my favorite songs was a producer. It's like all these different artists, but like the beats just sounded crazy to me. It was the Neptunes. They had such a distinctive sound. And I was like, I like these artists, but like I'm a fan of these like the producer. Like I want to be a producer because you could work with mad different artists and still have your own sound. And like it was just crazy to me. I feel like I like the songs more than I like the actual artists. We always had this raw energy, but R.I.P. Mac Miller, he brought us out like at his show. I think something ballroom in the city. It was like probably like 3,000 people. It seemed like it was like 100,000 people to us at the time, and like we just came on stage with that energy. Met Kendrick Lamar that same night. Like I don't know, man. It was a combination of things, but like it just even if it wasn't working out, we still would be like going at it. But the fact that it was working for us just put the fuel like in our back even more. But I don't know. There's a particular moment that said that. I mean, Brooklyn is my favorite place, best place in the world. I'm like obviously biased, but Fort Greene was like a melting pot. Like it's where Spike Lee's like studio was. Like during like the '90s, it's where like a lot of like from Erykah Badu to Common to like Questlove, all these amazing musicians used to live in this community. It's very like jazz type of community that turned into like hip hop R&B. I don't know. I feel like I grew up with so many different cultures around so many different people, and I always went to different schools around the city, so I was exposed to like people from all walks of life. It was a middle class neighborhood. I grew up in like a lower class family, so it was a little difficult when everybody else, like when you're in the hood, everybody's like struggling together and shit like that. But like in that type of environment, it's like damn, everybody else has like these nice houses and perfect families and shit. And like I came from like a working class family, so like I definitely felt that, but I never let that stop me. The Neptunes, Kanye West, definitely like my top two, my favorite. Timbaland, Swiss Beats, Jay Dilla. I feel like they was the biggest at the time, but they was unique. Like nothing sounded like the Neptunes, like Pharrell, like BBC. Like I felt seen, at the time, like 50 Cent and like hip hop was like super like gangster rap, and then there was like backpack rap, but like he was just kind of this like Pharrell and Kanye with this fusion between like it wasn't street, but it wasn't backpack. It was just like it was like fashion. It was the arts. They were just creative. They were like they weren't afraid to like stand out and be themselves. And I feel like it was like the beginning of like the alternative like kind of black like movement in hip hop. The business never changed the way I felt about my music, but like it definitely got in the way of me wanting to release music. Like it would never change my opinion on my music. I don't know, it's hard being an artist. I was definitely depressed at the time because like I couldn't drop music. It's kind of crazy just the way that like the music industry works, that like someone can own your intellectual properties. They own things that you're gonna create in the future, which doesn't like make any sense because like it doesn't exist yet. So like legally on like that type of level, it's kind of crazy these contracts and stuff still exist, but it's just like the norm. Imagine you wrote like this amazing book and like you couldn't release it for 5 years because like whatever other BS was going on in the industry. But like also it's important to like have your business protected, and you want to release things so it can reach the greatest mass of people. So like this is about being strategic about how you release your art. I don't think perfect exists in nature and life. Like perfectly unperfect is like the beauty. So like for me, the best beat is like it don't gotta be super technical. It don't gotta be too much. It just gotta feel good. Something you can like play over and over again without getting tired of hearing it. I think that's what makes a perfect beat. I feel like I've evolved immensely. Back then I was just like trying to make these crazy posse cuts, like getting like all my favorite artists on like this beat and like make the craziest posse cut you ever heard. Now I'm more focused on making the best song. Like it's less about like showing off as a producer and just like doing what's necessary to like make the best song.